Another week has gone by. Thank you for tuning in to this brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 16th of August, 2022. That's right, another week has gone by, so we have another week's worth of rumors going around the world of professional wrestling. A bunch of news to go over. A lot of titles were on the line this past week and weekend. We have the results from every single one of those title matches and a brand new Did You Know? This is a fan favorite. Did You Know? Are little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world that you may or may not have known about. So, let's kick off this brand new episode of Round 2 Wrestling by taking a listen to the rumor mill. Dave Meltzer reports former WWE wrestlers Sasha Banks and Naomi may not have official WWE deals yet, but all parties have reached an agreement in principle. PW Insider reports word around WWE headquarters is the promotion will host Royal Rumble 2023 in San Antonio, Texas at the Alamo Dome. According to Fightful Select, with McMahon gone, WWE Creative has discussed a Bray Wyatt return. It was claimed McMahon didn't like Bray and body-shamed his physique. PW Insider mentioned just about everyone, quote-unquote, believes Kenny Omega will return to AEW this Wednesday as the Young Bucks partner in the AEW Trios Tournament. Per Wrestling Observer Radio's Dave Meltzer, Adam Cole to be cleared to compete relatively soon. Matt Men's Andrew Zarian says there are, quote, a lot of plans, end quote, for Cody Rhodes at the upcoming WrestleMania. PlayStation Game Size tweeted that THQ Nordic's release date for AEW Fight Forever is now February 2023. This is in contrast to what was announced a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, where the release date was slated for December of 2022. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in the upcoming months. Will they try to cash in on the whole Christmas thing, or will they wait until the first quarter of 2023 and try to get fans to purchase it then? According to Fightful, WWE roster seems to think the WWE draft will take place after Clash at the Castle pay-per-view. The draft will take place September 9th, which would be SmackDown, and September 12th, which would be Raw. Alright, enough rumors to mull over for the next week or so. Let's talk about something a bit more factual. This is the news in the world of professional wrestling. WWE sets a new record with ticket sales for the upcoming WrestleMania 39 pay-per-view in 2023. 90,000 tickets have already been sold in the first 24 hours of being available. WWE announced the 2022 quarter 2 revenues were up to and above $328 million, up more than $63 million from the same quarter a year ago. Fightful Select confirms former WWE wrestler Ari Daivari has signed with AEW and is now All Elite full-time. AEW wrestler Chris Statlander confirms she completely tore her ACL and will need surgery and time off again. This is a bit of bad news. Chris Statlander was already out for an ungodly amount of time because she tore her ACL earlier. Now it seems like the same injury has happened again. digging around in my news sources, I could not figure out if this was an injury to the same knee or if it was the opposite knee that now has a torn ACL. Either way, we here at Round 2 Wrestling hope Chris Statlander a speedy return and look forward to seeing her in active AEW competition again sooner rather than later. Ring of Honor Trios Tag Champions, the Boys, announced they have signed a Ring of Honor contract and are active roster members going forward. New Japan Pro Wrestling announces they will be returning to Great Britain for Royal Quest 2 October 1st and 2nd at the Indoor Arena at Crystal Palace in London. Summer heat is no joke. New Japan Pro Wrestling's Jay White removed from August cards due to heat stroke-like symptoms returns to action a few days later. This is incredibly scary because, as we all know, everybody is susceptible to heat stroke. It is incredibly important, whether you're an athlete or not, to stay hydrated and cool at all times if possible. It's nice to see New Japan took the correct approach to this and medically denied Jay White from competing for safety issues. It's also nice to hear that he did make a full recovery and that those stroke-like symptoms did dissipate and he is 100% healthy and back in action. Wrestling Observer notes the uneasiness within the WWE NXT UK brand. 2 sets of TV tapings were canceled with little to no explanation. Rumor is tapings were shut down due to soccer coverage. Anybody who's worked in and around the wrestling business knows that cancellations and write-offs with no explanation are bad news. This usually means something deeper and bigger is going on, but the promotion does not want its employees and wrestlers knowing about it at any point in time. Be sure to keep your eye on the WWE NXT UK brand. This could be a sign that they may be downsizing and or combining with the US version of NXT. But like we like to say here on Round 2 Wrestling, only time will tell. Alright, no more news to talk about, but we have a lot of title matches to talk about here. This is the results section of Round 2 Wrestling. WWE US Champion Bobby Lashley defeated AJ Styles to retain the United States Championship. WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the Intercontinental Championship. AEW TBS Champion Jade Cargill defeated Madison Rayne to retain the TBS Women's Championship. AEW Interim World Champion Jon Moxley defeated Chris Jericho to retain the AEW World Championship. AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello defeated Dante Martin and Sky Blue to retain the AAA Mexico Mixed Tag Team titles. Impact X Division Champion Mike Bailey defeated Rocky Romero to retain the X Division Championship. Impact X Division Champion Mike Bailey defeated Jack Evans to retain the X Division Championship at the Impact Emergence pay-per-view this past weekend. Impact Women's Wrestling Champion Jordynne Grace defeated Mia Yim to retain the Women's Championship also at the Impact Emergence pay-per-view. Impact World Champion Josh Alexander defeated Alex Shelley to retain the Impact World Championship also at the Emergence pay-per-view. Aussie Open defeated the team of Christopher Daniels and Yuya Uemura to win the vacated New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. The Briscoes defeated GCW Tag Team Champions Los Maquinos to become the new GCW Tag Team Champions. GCW Extreme Champion Cole Radrick defeated Charlie Evans to retain the GCW Extreme Championship. Rina Yamashita defeated Alex Colon to win the GCW Ultraviolet Championship. GCW World Champion John Moxley defeated Effie to retain the GCW World Championship. GCW Extreme Champion Cole Radrick defeated Gringo Loco, Axton Ray, Alec Price, Jimmy Lloyd, and Masha Slamovich to retain the GCW Extreme title at Night 2 of GCW's Homecoming. GCW Ultraviolet Champion Rina Yamashita defeated Sawyer Wreck to retain the GCW Ultraviolet title, also at Night 2 of GCW's Homecoming pay-per-view. Alright, no more titles to talk about and no more results to give you here on Round 2 Wrestling. Be sure to tune in every week to Round 2 Wrestling to find out for yourself what titles were on the line this past week and who was able to retain and who was able to crown themselves new champion. Alright, we will conclude this episode of Round 2 Wrestling like we always do by jumping right into our Did You Know portion of Round 2 Wrestling. Did You Know is little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world that you may or may not have known about. Did you know Johnny Hotbody was the first ECW Triple Crown champion? Did you know Pro Wrestling made its Tokyo Dome debut April 24th, 1989. Wrestler Kechi Yamada debuted a new gimmick, Jushin Thunder Liger. Did you know the Mexican National Welterweight Championship crowned its first champion June 17th, 1934, making it the oldest still active wrestling title in the world? Did you know Kurt Angle was the first Triple Crown winner for both WWE and TNA? Did you know Vince McMahon Sr. was the first promoter to give wrestlers a portion of the gate for their shows? Did you know CM Punk legitimately signed his first WWE contract on top of the Ring of Honor World Championship? Did you know the four horsewomen of WWE, that is Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, have 30 title reigns between them all? Did you know Greg the Hammer Valentine was in fact married on Valentine's Day? Did you know the longest running pro wrestling promotion in the world was out of Germany and was called the Association of Professional Wrestlers? Founded in 1912, it finally ceased function in 2005, or approximately 93 years. The second longest running promotion in the world is Mexico's CMLL, running for 89 years and counting. Alright, that is the end of Round 2 Wrestling. I am Slim the Kid, and I personally want to thank you for tuning in to this brand new podcast. I also want to take the time to thank Ultimate Championship Wrestling out of Saginaw, Michigan. Ultimate Championship Wrestling has given me an in to the wrestling world and has allowed me to continue my wrestling profession as a referee. If you are in the greater Saginaw area or Bay Area, be sure to check out the UCW Arena on Michigan Avenue in Saginaw, or check out our Facebook page at Bay Slammer for upcoming live events and seminars with your favorite professional wrestlers. Alright, once again, I am Slim the Kid, and I want to thank you for tuning in to this brand new episode. Please tune in next week where I will bring you more news, more rumors, and more results from the world of professional wrestling. Round Round 2 Wrestling is brought to you by Slim to Kid and Spreaker.com.